Okay, so at the top of the page, we've got number 9. And guess what? Yes, it's more modal verbs, or more of the alternatives to modal verbs as well. So you're going to find a mistake in each one of the sentences, okay? Sometimes it's a grammatical problem, and sometimes it doesn't make sense. What that means is, for example, if there's an extra word in there or a word missing, to is one of the most typical ones. So, for example, if I say, number 1, we'd better to go inside, when in fact it's actually we'd better go inside. So there's an extra word there. The form is wrong. Some of the other ones, for example, number 2 has an error in meaning, because only gym users are able to park here. Well, we know able to means the same as can, but not always. We can't always use able to instead of can, so we can't just substitute it. Able to, of course, is ability, okay? I can come to your party. I am able to come to your party. On the other hand, when we're giving permission, okay, you can't sit there. I can't say to somebody, you're not able to sit there, because clearly they are able to sit there because they've got a bottom. Okay, so yeah, that one is, the meaning is wrong. We can only use can. We can use can in both situations for permission and for ability, but we can only use able to for ability. Okay, is this getting even more confusing? Just keep practicing, okay? I'm going to put up the answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here they come. We'd better go inside, not to go. Yep, ability and permission. Are allowed, are permitted. Can is possible, but less likely in this context. There we go. They didn't warn us about that one, did they? Should we can use for probability, but only for positive things. Yeah, isn't English complicated? Okay, everything should be okay if you do this right. We tend to use it with if sentences. Okay, I haven't prepared my talk. It will be a disaster. It's going to be a disaster. There's so many possibilities here. Are you getting more confused? I thought you would be. Right, let's do the simple ones. She won't let me stay, not let to. And we're going to move the 2 down there. Now, the interesting thing here is my mum won't allow me to stay. She won't permit me to stay. And she won't let me stay. They all mean the same, but let is never followed by to. Ought to know, ought to is always followed by to. You mustn't and you don't have to mean very, very different things. Okay. And really, I need to do this with a PowerPoint presentation, although I do this with a lot lower level than your level. So you should know this by now. Okay. Can you smell something burning? Yeah, it's not your general ability. It's now. I'd better go now, hadn't I? Can I give you a hand? Shall I give you a hand also works. Will I give you a hand is not correct, and it says except sometimes in Irish English. Do you really want to learn all that? And when the plane caught fire, the passengers were able to manage to, I think is better. Managed to escape via the emergency chutes. Okay, could is incorrect because it sounds like an option. Basically, what they're saying is, to make this clear, could can be the past of can, but it can also be would be able to. So it's never very clear. So we will use one of the other alternatives to try to make it clearer. Okay, it's for clarity. Modal verbs. What a minefield, eh? Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's go on to speaking. And it says, look at the signs and tell your partner what they mean using informal spoken English. Then listen and compare. This is a great one because signs tend to be much more formal, like, for example, must be. Okay. Whereas when you're talking to your friend, you'll probably say, yeah, they have to have an adult with them. They've got to have an adult with them. They need to have an adult with them, and something like that. So read these ones. You can play it to check it. And I'm going to start the next video with this one.